Hey, welcome to another episode or another show, Real Women Atlanta Live. We have got an amazing show today. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is actually the first anniversary of Black Women United. We did this last year, the second week in September. We had an amazing celebration. We had a fantastic panel down at the state capitol, the Georgia State Capitol. And then we had lunch. We had lunch at the state capitol. We took over the state capitol. And then on Saturday, that Friday evening, we had a celebration down at Bio that was fantastic. We had a clothing pop-up shop. We had wine tasting. We had book reading. That Saturday, we had another amazing panel talking to Black women in business. And so today, we've got some of those same panelists joining us today on this show. And because of COVID, we are doing a virtual celebration for Black Women United. And Deidre, I am so excited. So go ahead and let's say hello to everybody, Deidre.
Hi, everyone. It's a great day in the neighborhood. Woo! Now, as y'all know, y'all see, honey, I had to dress for the occasion because the queendom is here, okay? The whole queendom is in the building. So I had to put on my purple, that's royalty, honey, and my hat and get ready for today. I am so excited. I'm so excited about what's going to happen. And these women that we are premiering and honoring on today have already done a show with us. And we're just going to kind of go, person by person, just talk with them and, just get some highlights on our last shows together. And then just honor them just for the beautiful and amazing queens that they are. So sit back, call in, feel free. You see our number down at the bottom. Give us a call if you have any questions, if you just want to make a comment. If you want to say hail to the queen, come on in the room. Come on in the room, okay? All right, we're excited.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to kick this thing off. We've got the Miss I Am Enough Queen herself, Miss Wanda D. Hollis, joining us today on the panel. Wanda, you got to say hello to our viewers. Come on, Wanda. We can't hear you, Wanda. What happened?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
So, hello, queens. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and share some energy with you today. Thanks to all of our viewers, watching us, listeners, wherever you are. I am just so happy to be here. Real Women Magazine, Atlanta, we rock. We know it. We ain't too proud to show it. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy, And one thing about it is I forgot today is a special day too, because we got birthday celebrations. I'm actually at the park with a football game. So I had to break away from that to come in here because this is very important to me as well. So just thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Oh, awesome, Wanda. Thank you for being with us. Thank you so much. Then, oh my God, we've got the 4 seasons of the year. the queen herself of the 4 seasons. Oh my Lord. She is Miss Lois Maheed. She is the founder of Lois Lane Business Consulting Firm. And the last time she was on the show with us, she dropped some nuggets that blew us away. I will never look at fall the same way again. Miss Lois, thank you so much for being with us. Please go ahead and greet our viewers.
Thank you so much for having me. I greatly appreciate being here. Ladies, the first day of fall is coming up on the 22nd. So this is pretty timely. This is very timely, but I'm happy to be here. Thanks for everyone that's tuning in, and I'm ready to get the party started. So let's get into it. I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. And one of the last guests that we had on our show, oh my God, if you guys missed it, it was truly incredible. I mean, to look at this woman's life and the things that she's been through, and how she can smile through everything, how she could keep going through it all. It was just incredible. Miss Cheryl Board herself, Cheryl Miles Board. And yeah, she's a sister. She's a sister. Don't get it twisted. She's a sister. Cheryl, go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Charmaine, I am so excited to be here. You know, we started this journey kind of with Real Women a long time ago, and to still be here. Can you hear me? Is that better?
Yes, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I said we started this journey for Real Women a long time ago. And, you know, here we are today just seeing the fruits of our labor, which is awesome. It's also fall is getting ready to start. It's my birthday month, so I'm excited about that. But the main thing is that all of us are real women with real stories. And as we share with each other, we're able to see that none of us are ever really alone, and that our stories will always help the sister that's next to us. So we have to just make sure that we get our stories out there so that they can relate and be a part of our triumphs as well.
Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we as Black women, people don't want to, they don't want to give us really the credit. But if you stop and take a look at America or even the world, there is absolutely nothing this world could not be what it is if it had not been for Black women. I remember when we were putting together Black Women United, I remember seeing this vision of a Black woman, and she was an older Black woman, and she looked like she might have been, it might have been during slavery time. But I remember seeing her holding a baby. And when I looked closer, it was a white baby. And she was nursing this baby. This was a slave woman. She was nursing a white baby. And it told me, you know, it just let me know how strong we are, and that this world would not be what it is if it had not been for we as Black women. Anybody want to comment on that?
Well, you know, me being as light as I am, I've had that struggle with both our sides, and people, you know, we have to be happy with who we are, and to realize that we are a rainbow of women, and together that rainbow, you know, is what makes the sky look so beautiful, you know, and we have to embrace that. You know, I did a poem one time saying, "Don't you know I'm your sister?" Because both our ancestors came across those waters. You know, mine might have worked in the house and yours in the field, but, you know, we were still taken against our will, and the byproduct of our children is the rainbow that is here today. So, you know, I think as strong women, period, and as Black women, we know the struggle of a household, how to stretch a dollar more than anybody else. So it's real important that we come together as women and celebrate all those moments.
Anybody else? we're gonna get this party going now.
I totally agree. Let's welcome Wendy. Wendy's here.
Hey everybody.
Miss Wendy is. Let us introduce the sister that has joined us. Oh my God, she's my sister. She is Deidre's cousin, Alabama cousin.
Something like
that. She is none other than Miss Wendy McGee, Wendy McGee and Associates. Wendy, thank you for being with us. We're just really getting started, and so your timing is perfect. You want to say hello, tell people a little bit about you?
Hey everybody, it's good to see you all, and sorry for being tardy. For some reason, the link wasn't working for me, but I'm glad to be here. Great to see your wonderful faces, and just being able to just chat on this lovely Saturday as we go into fall, especially with all the things that are going on. It's good to just sit and talk with you all. I do a lot of things. Mainly, I have an IT consulting firm, and I have an office here in Atlanta and also in Johannesburg, South Africa. I am a baker by trade. I went to culinary school to do that. And I also teach personal finance. So, and then today I am a housekeeper. That's for the first time in years. I'm cleaning my own house, so pray for me.
Make sure you pay yourself well.
Yes.
I think I've already quit before I started, because I went out and bought all these cleaning products, and I don't know where to start. I know that's sad. But
Wendy, you're not supposed to be cleaning. You supposed to let somebody else do that.
But nobody does it like you do it for yourself. So
oh no, that is not my
no. I feel you on that, Wendy. I feel you.
I tell you,
she said she got cleaning products and don't even know how to use them.
And you know what's crazy though is that I grew up in a household where this morning, Saturday morning, was from the time you got up until lunchtime.
Playing Earth, Wind and Fire, all the windows up, the albums are on playing. Let's get up.
Yeah, but that's not my calling. And I can tell you guys, I think I told Deidre and Charmaine this. I've learned a lot about myself during this time of coronavirus. I got a little bit of bougie tendencies going on that I didn't know I had. So that revelation I've tried to humble myself and do this. It's not working, I'm gonna tell you guys.
Oh my God.
It's not working.
No. So
well, at least you've identified with your strength.
Can you guys hear it?
Yes, I have identified what my strengths are, and this ain't it. Because the thing is that I bought all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm afraid of a chemical reaction because I don't think some of that stuff should be used together.
True.
And I don't think we have a real broom or anything. So,
you didn't get all their tools. You didn't get all your cleaning tools, Queen.
Because that was Kathy's job.
I guess we'll have to try again another weekend, Wendy. Just call it a day. Go pamper yourself this weekend. That's it.
Good idea.
It's not your fault.
You gotta pivot.
It's not your fault.
That's right, Lois. You gotta pivot.
Call DoorDash, put your feet up, pour something in a glass, and be happy.
I think I'm gonna have to start drinking or something because this.
Wow.
I don't know what we were supposed to be talking about, so I'm sorry. I digress.
All of that.
The amazing talents of all the queens on this phone, and you just exhibited one, but again, it's not your fault. You were properly preparing to do so, but someone dropped the ball, and it's not your fault. So we're gonna start again another day.
I know, and I spent $100 on stuff, and I'm like, I still don't have it right.
Minus the broom.
Anyway,
God.
what y'all doing today? Huh?
There are women who work very hard so that they don't have to clean their house.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And all of
It's
you who
time.
have been here, you know that is not gonna be a short-term thing. It's gonna be all day, and I don't have that time. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's
Or
time
like,
consuming.
my mom was the one that would clean the house before the person came to clean the house.
That's me. That's me. And I did that today because my cleaner for my community is coming at 3:00. Speaking of such, because I need some detail done that I haven't done since Corona's been happening. And let me tell you, that's me. I'm like telling the kids, get this stuff together before the cleaner gets here.
But I thought it looked clean until I wore a pair of white socks on my hardwood, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, oh, this can't be.
Wow.
Note to self: don't wear white socks in the house.
But you should. But you should always be able to. That's my thing. You should always be able to.
Oh my God.
Not me. I know this wasn't the topic of the day. Sorry.
No, we're great.
Right.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Okay, so listen, ladies. All of you are amazing entrepreneurs. Some of you are mothers. If you're not, you're mothers to somebody, you know, or some people, nieces, nephews, somebody, friends, children. How has Corona affected your business in a negative way, positive way? How has this affected your business? Has it helped or has it hurt? Anybody?
Well, I could speak on that. It's definitely been a pivot and a shift for me, because a lot of live events that I used to do prior to Corona, we're not doing it. So but I actually increased my work in different areas. Like, I'm on more media outlets, doing about 6 different media broadcasts, different outlets, actually, not just my own, but different platforms. So I see that a lot of things are opening up that if I was still traveling as much as I was doing prior, I wouldn't have said yes to those opportunities. So I just look at Corona for me as just an experience like any other day. It might seem kind of callous, but that's just the way I look at life in general. And we're built for this time, you know. So I figure like we just got to stay, you know, prayed up, armed up, full armor on, and just get in these trenches and do what we need to do and make it work.
Yes.
I totally agree. I think Corona, this pandemic did definitely put us in a season of fall where we need to easily adapt to change. Okay, ladies, the leaves are about to start changing. They do it so beautiful. Why can't we? So I think
Absolutely.
that it definitely put me in a space to be a little bit more creative. Again, just like Wanda stated, you know, getting on different platforms and looking at other avenues of reaching and impacting, you know, individuals and businesses in a positive way. I think it's been good, to be honest. It's given a little bit more peace, less hustle and bustle, and I'm here for that.
Wow. So,
well, for me, it's been actually amazing, the ability to even, I've hired more since the pandemic than I have in the last couple of years.
Wow.
And the clients are continuing to come because they want their digital footprint to be more concise. They're looking for online tools and connectivity which is what we do, learning platforms and things like that. So for me, it's been amazing business wise, but I have to tell you, I am thoroughly exhausted because I'm up around the clock with clients in like 4 or 5 different time zones, and it's been a lot. Business has been good. I mean, actually, business has been great, but myself personally, I've had to start doing better about managing my time. You know, because when you have to, all you have to do is get up and go downstairs to your office. You tend to be in it more than you should. You don't get up when you should. And people grab you more often. Like if you were going into an office at 5:36, you're walking out. But now when you're home, you're getting calls at 6 and 7 or text messages. And sometimes I look up and it's 11 o'clock and I've not put one bite of food in my mouth. You know, all I've had is coffee. And on that end, it's been a struggle. So what I've been trying to make sure I do, and today is 106 days. I worked out 106 days straight. So I take at least 30 minutes a day to do some type of workout for myself, because if not, I'm just sitting here. Even though I'm not eating, when I do eat, I'm grabbing the wrong things. I'm grabbing potato chips and things like that. So that part has been a struggle. The business part is booming. I'm hiring, people are getting paid and things like that. But on a personal level, it's been hard because being confined is not who I am. You know, I'm normally flying 150,000 miles a year, and I haven't been on a plane since I came from South Africa in May, which is unheard of for me. So there's a difference in the way my life is flowing. And I miss flying. I miss traveling. I miss the excitement of going and doing, you know, and even like my clients in South Africa, even when I got to get up at the crack of dawn for a 9 o'clock meeting, you know, so, or just stay up until the meeting, you know, you're talking 3 in the morning. So that's been the struggle side. The business is good, but the struggle is managing my mental state. And I swear some of my employees are getting corona crazy. I've already given it a name, because people are in their feelings more and they're needy more. Call me, acknowledge me. Because before, when I could walk down the hall and see people and acknowledge them, I don't have that anymore. You know, but when you got so many people, it's hard to call everybody every day and check in on them and check in on their families, and you know, so that's what it's been for me.
Yeah, for me, business has actually picked up client-wise. I've helped a lot of individuals that wanted to start a nonprofit, taking them down that road. Also, a lot of the mom and pop or the independent contractors helped them through the SBA process so they could get an infusion of some cash, which helped them move their business along, help them be able to purchase equipment that they've always wanted to and didn't have the means to do. So, you know, I think the only bad thing I'd say out of the corona, I have my grandkids through the day, so the schooling during the day, at this stage in my life is trying to be that teacher again. It's like, wait a minute, this is not how we did it when I was a kid, you know, kind of thing. But, you know, other than that, I think I do miss some of the interaction of seeing people a little bit. And although Zoom and these types of things are awesome tools, there are days that I go, I am zoomed out. I don't want to get on another call where I have to FaceTime, Zoom, video chat. You know, I am not the one that, I'm only going to dress from here up. No, I'm dressed and stuff. And so it's like, okay, what time do I have to, it's like you, Wendy, what time do I have to get on the phone for the West Coast, and what time do I, you know, yeah, so in that way, you know, but I think the other plus, not just business-wise, but personal-wise is that you get to be around the people that you want to really be around. You know,
say that,
taking that time and the extra precautions and all of that. to be around people that you care about and care about you. So I think that those are a lot of the pluses. And just like I say to my husband, if I don't kill you through this, then I know we're good until death do us part. Because if that hasn't come yet, there's times that I go away, just in the other room, please, and you get that.
How do you say that? How do you say that nicely, though?
I don't. Go away. Just go away. But you get that puppy dog look, of course, and then you look in and go, oh, it's lunchtime. I guess I should go make him something to eat.
He was hungry.
Or no, that's never his excuse. They're just into everything. It's like, get a hobby, get a other than me, get something, read, binge, do something.
Oh my God. Awesome. Listen, we were also we were supposed to have Michelle Hodges, Ms. Wall Street, and our station manager just told us that she's watching on Facebook, and he did send the link to her. So, Ms. Wall Street, if you're listening, you need to go ahead and join us.
Yeah, join us. We can't crack these jokes by ourselves,
Oh my God. Yes. She's such an amazing sister. But all right. So listen, we're talking Black Women United, and on the last panel that we had on last year, the celebration that we had, it was all about unifying Black women coming together. I need for you guys, I know we're going through COVID and everything, and we're in a whole different year now from last year. Do you think that things have gotten better for Black women? Do you think that things have gotten worse? Are we still the same? What do you guys think? What do you think the status is for Black women? Wow.
Well, I'll go ahead.
No,
sure.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'll chime in. I think that it's really a mentality. So I feel that it's going great. Women have more opportunity to really reflect, work on themselves, do some self-development during this time. And so we all, if we've, made that choice, had an opportunity to be in a better position personally as well as professionally. So I do a lot of self-development and just working on me to be the best version I can be. I think that COVID allowed more opportunity for everyone to do that. So I feel that as Black women, personally, okay, Miss Wall Street.
Hey.
My apologies for that little interjection, but hey, girl.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey. I think that we're in a better position, and we're gonna constantly propel. I'm in Atlanta, so the Black females are moving and shaking out here in business and careers, and just really helping level up for other individuals as well. So I think we're in a better position, but there's always growth opportunities that remain.
Awesome.
Well, for me, it's always been harder because I'm in a male-dominated industry, and it's me and the boys, and mainly me and the white boys, and they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear anything from me, and until they know they need me. And thankfully, I'm in a situation where I provide a service that's kind of unique as a business, but I fight daily trying to maintain. every meeting I'm in. Oh, well, Wendy, if you and your staff can't do it, we'll take it. Oh, if you can't do this, we'll take it. Or they give me half the information so that we can't deliver. Or it's a chess move all the time, and it gets to be where it's a fight between them, getting me the contract. Then once I get it, then it's like, oh, we know we were supposed to pay you today per your contract, but we didn't get our paperwork together, so we're delayed a month. So now I have to float my payroll for a month of IT professionals. They don't make $10 an hour, they make $90 an hour. So but I gotta float that because by the way, they just forgot. Or if you want, we can just consume your employees and we will pay them directly. It's just the games that I constantly are in the middle of. But it's because of the industry, and it's because of the amount of money that the industry garners. It's like you're not supposed to be there. And then, you got a girl from Alabama with braids in her hair, that they don't want to hear it. But this is me. You didn't hire my hair. You didn't hire where I'm from. You hired my brain, so you need to get with it. And I tell you, it's like as they try to close the doors, they open in so many other ways. I'm being seen, I'm being heard, but it's a constant fight, and do I complain about it? Absolutely not, because I'm up for it. Because I know what they think and I know what they're gonna do, so I'm prepared for it. So,
I think although COVID has given a lot of new opportunities to people, I think with the current climate in DC, that people think that they can get away with so much more. Like what Wendy was saying, they just assume, well, yeah, I can make her wait. It doesn't matter. And I think that's become more blatant during these last couple years, which makes it really hard. And I think most of us that are in business for ourselves have built that armor up, that we know what to expect and what's coming. And you learn to just go along with the culture sometimes. Even it's funny. I help out in a pantry every week, and there were some seniors that were outside, and the others that were working with me gave them information about, yes, we're going to serve you guys first, and gave them all that information. I went outside and they asked the very same questions again, and my partner who was working with me that day, she said, but I told them that already. And I said, I hate to say this, but look at the skin tone of your skin and look at the skin tone of mine. I said, they felt that me saying it made more impact than you saying it. And it's a cultural thing that I've learned to deal with because of being light. And the stuff that you hear behind your back and all of that, you learn to develop it, and you learn when to pick and choose your fights and when to just walk away and go through that other door, which has the bigger opportunities. But I do believe that with the present climate, we have to change the way we speak to each other. We cannot accept what's being shown as acceptable behavior.
Right.
And it starts with our kids. But even correcting sometimes when you see it being done to someone who's a teenager or a millennial, saying, that's not right. You need to listen, or you need to take heed, because we've been here a while, and You know, we've, I look at millennials and they haven't really had to face prejudice. So a lot of this stuff that's coming at them now, they don't really know how to deal with it. They don't know how to turn the other cheek or defend, and stuff. And so I think that's the one thing that this has brought out, the divide and how we have to come back together.
Awesome. So, Miss Wall Street, you're just joining us. Thank you for being a part of Black Women United, Real Women Atlanta Live. We're getting some feedback.
Yeah,
guys.
somebody's typing.
So,
Who's typing? Uh-oh.
not sure. But tell us, one of the questions that we asked earlier was, has COVID affected your business? Has it affected you in a positive way? Has it affected you in a negative way? How has it affected you? She looks frozen.
Miss Wall Street, how has COVID affected you in your business and career?
I think we may have lost her. She'll rejoin us as she did a little while ago. So one of the things that I heard when we were speaking just now, I believe, Cheryl, you said something about us, the way we treat each other and the way that we talk to each other. How can we become more united as Black women? Not just as women, but as Black women, because our community depends on us. So how can we, and I'm going to address this to Wanda D. Hollis. Let's start with you. How can we become more united as Black women?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I play around with that question all the time just because of what I do, and always promoting and honoring other people. And I think for me, Charmaine, it comes down to a choice and us really coming together, like how we're coming together today, to have more discussions of, more roundtable discussions and more to come to an understanding. There's definitely a lot of lack of love, self-love. And to me, that's the basis of the division, because if you don't really understand your own value and your own strength, then you tend to think that somebody is doing something to you or stopping you from getting your shine on, and all this other kind of, rhetoric, kind of, craziness that goes on. So if we could figure out how to possibly love ourselves, like fully, establish forgiveness within, and then really see our sister as our sister, not as our sister's keeper, but see it as self. Like, that's me. And when I see somebody, and I do a lot of, Lois was talking about it, self-check is so important, because when I find myself getting frustrated or a little short tempered, I have to take a break and say, Wanda, what is it in you that's causing you not to have patience in this situation? So if we're willing to do the work, do the real work, do the inside work, get to the root of our own problems, then we can grow as a community. But if we don't do that type of work, if we don't do self-healing and self-check and self-love, then it's almost an impossibility for us to join and unite with one another, because we're too busy not loving ourselves. You can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. So I would just say the subscription should be just self-love. More self-love will bring us together, because then we'll see each other inside of each other.
And you're so right about taking the time to see what is happening with you, because just not this week, but week before, I was at my wit's end, and I find myself being out of character with my clients and with my employees. because I was snapping on people and I was just like short with them and just so overly matter of fact. And I was like, you know what? I need to take a day off. Let me just take a day off. And I took a Wednesday, literally a Wednesday, and just said, I gotta get away from it all. I got up at 7 a.m. I went and got my hair braided, and I was gonna go buy myself something nice. Didn't even buy myself anything, but I just got out and got some sun, got myself a nice lunch, went down and walked around in Buckhead and just, just got away from this office and these computers because I saw myself getting out of character, being short. So it is time. You have to take time to sit back and see exactly what's bothering you and what's hurting you. And I know for me, it's being confined. I am not a person that's confined, that's always confined. I'm on the move, I'm doing things, I'm seeing people. And when I couldn't do that, I found myself just getting just kind of watching crazy, corona crazy, just confined. And I had to take a step back and said, you know what, this is not. They were getting on my nerve, but I was overly sensitive because of what I was feeling outside of that. So.
Oh, well, Wanda mentioned self-love. Has that come easy for any of you? I mean, did you have challenges with loving yourself? Miss Wall Street, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
We can see her.
I was muted for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I was muted for a while. Yeah, I'm with you guys.
So, Miss Wall Street, did you have a challenge with loving yourself? Did you ever have any struggles with that?
Okay, do you have any during this coronavirus epidemic or during this whole period of pandemic issues? No, I found myself. I haven't had any trouble. What I do is I'm that of I don't know if you guys ever read the book Who Moved My Cheese. You ever read that book Who My Cheese? There are two mice in the story. It's an old book. You probably read it in college. It's an old book about things changing when times change. I'm that person. When coronavirus, they said you were home. I took all that time to clean up my house, clean the closets out. You had time. You finally had time for yourself to reevaluate you. Because in entertainment, all of you women, I watch you. Before the virus, you're over here, you're over there. You were doing 3 and 4 events on a Saturday and Sunday. You were lost. You needed to take that time to find out who you really are. Get things in order. And that's what I did. I cleaned out that garage. I got myself together. I put all those papers that were supposed to go in the file cabinet 2 years ago in the file cabinet, okay? That's what you got to do. You got to move new cheese. You got to readjust to the situation. And sit up there, I'm gonna eat all day. I'm gonna cook all day. People waste a lot of time getting caught up in the moment. I don't get caught up in the moment. I make the moment work for me. That's what's a little different about me. Any situation, I just adapt to the situation immediately and stop going around listening to the sad parts of everything and getting depressed with the depressed. Jump on your own bandwagon. Just take the time. Hey, I got all day. I'm in the house all day. What do I need to do? Clean that cabinet out. Clean that pantry out. You have time to get things in order, and that's what I do. So.
Awesome. I know. For me,
so now I can't hear y'all. What happened? Why?
She's having technical difficulties. But Wanda, I want to go back to self-love because, for a long time, just speaking personally, I really didn't know what that was. I looked for the imitation, or I found the imitation. But real love, knowing how to love myself, I didn't know how to do that. And so if that is the solution to us coming together, then maybe we're in a fix. Because until we learn to love each other, then love ourselves, then we're not going to know how to love each other.
Well, I can say when it comes to self-love, I was a daddy's girl, and my dad I was his favorite. I know it ain't right. I got 4 of the siblings. I know it ain't right. But he really set the tone for me. And so I just, and not only set the tone for me loving myself. I remember when I was in high school and I was just like feeling chubby, but prom was coming up. And I'm like, I gotta get this weight off. Like, I'm just really criticizing myself and being extra critical, because he would always tell my mom, let her eat, let my baby eat, but he was my biggest cheerleader. And so when it came to self-love, it was kind of natural for me, because my dad just overindulged in giving me as much love as he possibly could. And now, even for me, like, I try to do the same for others. So I think self-love it's an inside job. But for me, it was pretty simple when my father poured so much love into me. When I didn't really understand it or love myself enough to know, Lois, you're good exactly how you are. My dad would like shut me down whenever I got too critical, too, just overly sensitive about things. He's like, oh, you want to do this? Well, we can fix that. Let's go. He would work out with me, whatever, so he set the tone for me. But I think also us showing that to each other will make a heck of a difference, because it made all the difference for me. It was from my father, but I recognize just amongst my group of friends that we can uplift and encourage each other, and it will naturally start to just change the paradigm of us being so critical or negative on ourselves, because no one's perfect. We're perfectly imperfect, and that's exactly how we're supposed to be. And so I think that doing that will help, create a culture of self-love and just helping the sisterhood altogether. Look, when I look at Miss Wall Street, it just makes me smile, honey. What? Is the screen frozen, or is she?
Oh my God. Just that smile alone makes us laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what, Lois? One of the things too that you said that makes sense to me as well is that my father and my grandfather and my uncles, they always told me that there was nothing I couldn't do. And to have that come, we need that from men. We need that from men in general, because they are our protectors. And then for them to say, you're perfect just the way you are, and that you can be whatever you want it to be. I know that is what has kept me to where I am today. I lost my father when I was 13 and my grandfather when I was 19. And it was kind of like, these men are gone. But then my uncle stepped in, and my cousins who are older stepped in. And now even some of my employees and my nephews, when they talk about me to their friends, and then their friends was like, oh, this person. And you think you really don't need propping up, but what? Yes, we do. We need to know that we're enough. And to hear that from people that undergirds you more than they will ever know. When they're gone, that those words ring true, because you're enough. And that's, I know for me, I was a daddy's girl too. And that's why I know how to do all the men stuff and football and cars and that kind of thing. But it was that encouragement that God knew I needed early on, because I lost my dad so young. I've spent all my adult life without him, but just the way I was treated, even up until the age of 13, I knew that everything I had was enough. So I do feel you on that part. So self-love for
And
me has
Wendy,
never been an issue.
Wendy, we have a similar story because I lost my dad at 18 and I lost my granddad, who I became even more close knit with after my father left 2 years later. So that I just find that so ironic. But yeah, similar story, but they exact same thing. Told me that, you know, I can do anything, I could be anything, I'm amazing. I mean, they set my self-esteem so high that here we are 20 years later and no one can knock me down. No one can tell me I am not enough. I am not a superwoman. No one can tell me because I'm not going to allow that.
Because we just do it, right? And we just do it. And then another thing that it taught me to, you know how a lot of us, once we make it, we got our own house and our own car. We got that I don't need a man attitude. Not this girl, because Lord knows I do. You know, I don't.
Say that again. Say it again.
You ain't gonna have me out there. No, even when I'm old and can't hardly move, yeah, still then too. No,
value. Yeah.
And speaking of such with that, how are you ladies? You know, I know some of us are married, some of us are not. How are you ladies balancing relationships? And just a little added nugget, balancing relationships in this Rona. Ooh.
Okay, y'all want the real truth? I'm just gonna be straight and blunt.
Let it out, girl. Tell it.
Tell us, Wendy.
Well, I know I'm in love because if not, in the eye. Jesus be offense some days. Do you hear me?
Oh my God.
But
I'm with you, girl. I am so with you.
But I will say this. You don't have to like people every day. You have to love them every day. And that is where I am.
Yeah.
You know, but part of it is the corona crazy, I promise you. Because some days I wake up and ready to go, and other days it's like I don't even want to get out of bed because I know I'm going to do the same thing I've done for the past 2 weeks. And then the minute I hear what's for dinner, but I don't.
How about a coconut smile?
What about dating? What are you guys doing creatively? Like, you know, you're not out like you used to, going on these trips as usual. What are you guys doing as far as dating to keep everything all spicy?
Uh-oh. Go for it, Miss Wall Street. There she. Look,
she signed off.
Deisha, let me just be real with you. The spice drawer is empty.
Oh, empty.
Empty. Or expired. I don't even know what you want to call it.
So no cute little picnics in the middle of the living room floor?
No.
Yeah.
That's a good idea though, Deisha.
Yes.
Now what I'll do is I know if there's a favorite of something, you know, a certain ice cream or a certain that I'll bring home, you know, on the way home. And then it depends when I walk in the door where I want to go, here, sweetie, or take this, you know.
Girl, ain't that the truth? Listen. I can relate.
You know, it's like, because I leave the house more than he does right now. So, you know, it's like, if I come home and see them in the same exact spot as when I left, it gets thrown at them. Or I take it and I put it in the refrigerator in the garage.
And I know for me, it's the confinement. It's the confinement for me because I'm normally not this person.
Yeah.
And I think too, after 25 years of traveling, not being able to go nowhere is really affecting my brain.
I know. Yeah. Yes.
But now, out of everybody, Lois, you're single.
I am.
But maybe dating.
I'm divorced for 10 years. Yes.
So what's love like? Tell us what's going on in the dating world with you, girl.
Listen.
How many apps and how many?
I am single, and the dating scene is not it. I'm just enjoying life. Until the one that needs to be here comes around, I'm not playing around. So I'm just out enjoying myself, my tribe of friends, and I have some really amazing guy friends, and they're married. So these are real friends, friends that I consider brothers. And so I'm just enjoying being amongst them and their friends and letting them ooh and ah, and me think, that ain't it. Because I like the ego stroking. I do. I do. What, Wendy, we need that, right? We still need the compliment.
Yeah,
but I don't play around with, if I know it isn't going to be it, I'm not going to bother myself. That's going to bring my energy too low, trying to make something work.
My thing is, ain't nobody got time for no projects.
Exactly. I run into too many science projects. I'll be like,
oh my God.
I told my niece that I told my niece that just the other day. I said,
But no, seriously, ladies, my brother is a holistic doctor. Shout out to him. He just did a segment on with a relationship expert on the estrogen and testosterone levels and how the matching of that, like being, we'll say I'm an alpha female, right? Mm-hmm. So I am attracted to alpha males, but I have to, learn to exercise or exhibit more of that estrogen to attract that type of man, because it's a balance. And what really hit home for me when he mentioned that was, even if you look at relationships that are same sex, there's still a male version and a female version of that, right? Mm-hmm. So the estrogen and testosterone levels have to marry well together. And even for them to understand that, we got to understand that as well. So when I recognize that it's not, that ain't it, I'm not even going to play the radio.
That's the hashtag, that ain't it.
Huh?
We're going to carry over here.
That ain't it. But then a lot of times too is you got to know who you are and who that person is. Because I know for me, I grew up in a family where everybody got married and stayed married forever. I have aunts and uncles right now that have been married 50 plus years. And we're talking 4 of them that's been married over 50 years. My grandparents were married over 50 years, and it's just like marriage is just, that's the way it is, mm-hmm. and they work through those things. And I look at the way things were with them. Most of my aunts didn't go to college until their kids graduated. One of my uncles was retiring and my aunt was just getting out of college, going to work. And but what they did was, as their relationship changed, they embraced the change. But a lot of times we have this whole big idea of he's supposed to come in, with a Rolex watch and Bruno Magli shoes and this and this. One of my girlfriends, she's Miss Howard, and he has to have this pedigree. She married that pedigree and was married for 9 months, but she met a cop who was her everything and is her everything. So we gotta stop overlooking the regular dude, because the regular, and that's what I told my niece. She was like, this one guy, oh, he fat. Well, you fat. And you don't have to tell people they fat. They know they fat. But he smoked. Well, you can work on the smoking. Tell him that's not good for his health. And if you, but stop looking. You gotta stop with this whole knight in shining armor thing that we've given people. Relationships are hard work. I don't care what nobody's saying.
Yeah.
It is hard work. And only thing that's gonna help you with that hard work is mutual love and respect for one another. If you don't have that, I don't care what you do. They can look good on paper. They can look good in a suit. They can look good however. But if that's not the place you turn when you're at your least, it's the wrong person.
Yeah.
It's the wrong person.
Yeah.
I don't care what pedigree they got. And a lot of times we're looking for somebody who looks good on paper. Paper don't do nothing but burn if it gets too hot. You need somebody that's cast iron or whatever, because you need them to go through it with you or something. And a lot of people
Listen, I met someone that looks amazing on paper, and I was not interested because it's a heart condition for me, sis. Sometimes when they look too good on paper, they feeling themselves too much. I'm the woman, not you. Calm down.
Talk about it. I was just wanting to piggyback on that as well, because I hear a lot of women and us, of course, that's mostly like my percentage is very high with our sisters and how we communicate with each other. And I hear a lot of there are no good men around. And I'm going to give you my take first before I ask you guys what your take is. I run into good men every single day. Now, here's the dilemma. Just because they're quote unquote good and great men doesn't mean that they're necessarily great for me. But I definitely, there are some amazing, wonderful men out here. I guess they just got to find their way to whoever they're supposed to go to, right?
You saying them every day, Deetra? Wait a minute. Every day? We're going to start hanging out. We got to start hanging out.
I'm telling you. Every
day.
Every day. I'm telling you.
Where you at?
I can point one out to where I can say that this is an amazing, phenomenal, good, I'm talking about a good, great guy inside and out and just wonderful. But, a lot of, and I'm a firm believer that you attract who you are. Okay. So if, my insides may be a little, whatever, I'm going to attract that. But I attract it all the time. It's just a matter of if I like them, because they may like me, but I may not, and it has to be some, a little more like, as you were saying, Lois, it's a heart condition for me. I don't attract everyone just because you're a good guy. I don't attract just because you're a good guy. It's something on the inside that has to connect with my inside.
Yeah. Now let me throw this in here, because we got Wanda D. Hollis on the call on this Wanda. I know Wanda comes in contact with great men all the time, and I may be assuming, but I believe, Wanda, you are single as well. Are you with us, Wanda?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Your picture is frozen, though. That's it.
This she just muted herself again, I think. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We're talking about dating.
I'm not doing anything that... Okay, you talking about what now? Because I missed the whole episode.
Dating during COVID. How's that going for you?
Well, I don't want to incriminate myself, but I did hear some stuff about the whole, energies and, making sure that you had the right person. I don't know. Dating is tough. I think Wendy said it too. That dating thing, that relationship, when when you have your agenda and your priorities, you got to find this harmony. It's not even a balance. You have to just make time. I know I met somebody and I enjoy moments of meeting people. I think more so than I do developing relationships.
Mm.
Don't judge me, but I'm so in the moment of, we're vibing, we're talking, it's great. But then when it comes to that planning to take it to the next level, I'm looking at my schedule. I'm like, I don't know. I need to do this. I need to do that. And you just got to make sure that that it's the right person for you. You know, women, we're so fickle. You know, we want somebody to entertain us, to make us secure, all of this stuff. And then we want it our way. Well, I just know I'm the only one can raise my hand. Maybe that's just on my side of the street.
It's not, girl. No.
Yeah. So we have to learn how that give and take really works. How that tolerance works, how that balance works. And then you got to see if it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, you might be in a fight that you don't care one way or the other if you win or not. So if that's not somebody that I really say that I really can see myself beyond today with, then I'm not getting ready to spend a lot of time with nobody. And that's just, that's just me. So as far as COVID's concerned, it's dating. I think people are in my life that's supposed to be in my life, and and I just do my thing, okay?
We ain't mad at you.
Look, Wanda started out saying that she's trying not to
incriminate herself.
So we don't
I cannot.
Deidre still ain't told us the location where she mean all these men.
But they definitely out here, and I think too, we, especially women that got a lot of light around them, we attract people.
Yeah.
We attract people. I just attract people, period. So, whether it's men or women, boys or girls, whatever, just because of that light, and I'm shining and I want everybody else to shine. So sometimes, that can be misinterpreted as I'm crushing on you, but I'm really not. I'm loving you because we supposed to be love people. That's what we do. We serve in the kingdom.
Right.
So it's all about, this agape love, which I'm really, really, I'm all for it, and it can be misinterpreted, and it's like, well, I thought you loved me. Well, I do, but I don't really, not like that. This ain't that, okay? This ain't that.
I love you like the Lord love you.
But you know what, you guys? I said this to my niece the other day, and she thought I was really crazy because Mike and I have been together for so long. But I realized during this COVID, there ain't nobody on this planet I need to see every day.
Right. Amen. Where's the bell at?
Except the mirror, the person in the mirror.
Yeah, and I love her. I love her. But anybody else? No. Mm-mm. And
Wendy, are you like me? The being on the road constantly don't sound too bad, right?
I'm telling you, I eat what I want to eat. I get up when I want to get up. And I'm a neat freak. So if you come to my house, if you sit your cup down too long, it's gone because I'm constantly moving. And like when I turned my camera off, I went in to straighten something in the other room that looked crooked. But I like my order and my space, and I know for a fact because of the way I travel, it has helped me be in this relationship as long as I have. Really. Because I'm like, like this morning, I just got up and went because, it was a good epiphany, but I don't know how you convey that to someone without making them feel some type of way.
Right.
How do you say that? When they be like, "What you mean?" Because I don't.
I think if it was still Adam and Eve, that garden would really have to be big. I mean, huge. So he can go to his side of the garden, and I can go to my side.
Well, I think that's what Adam kind of did, and that's how the serpent got to Eve.
But you know what? I have a friend. Her and her husband both have totally opposite jobs, and they bought this huge house. They have one child. They bought this huge house. Do you not know they have his and her bedrooms?
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Like she has her own little room and it's decorated all quaint and beautiful. He has a room that's decorated like dudes do. And then they have their master bedroom. And she said sometimes they both sleep in there, sometimes they don't. Sometimes she is up late working and she'll sleep in that room where her office and bed and stuff is. And they get along swimmingly.
I think that is so dope, Wendy.
And they don't. And let me just tell you this.
I'm gonna start taking notes.
Look, we have the same builder, a Black female who built our houses, both of us. When you drive into their driveway, they each have 2 cars. She has a set of garages on the right, his are on the left. When they drive in, they go into their private space. And I said, that is the craziest thing ever. But how come they happy as a lark? And they don't get mad at each other when they say, I just need some time. It ain't about you, it's about me. And we had like a little round table. We had a virtual dinner. We should do that where everybody got their food and then we got online and ate. So we were talking about that, and you know what they said? They said we know that things come up in your day that you don't want to take out on that other person, and sometimes it's best that you're alone, but not alone. Because she said there's been times where the beginning of her day, she just like, I'm just gonna go to bed, and she said 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, she crawling back into the master bedroom, to go to sleep, to go to her regular sleep. And I was like, you know what? That is so cool. She even sent me an article. I hope maybe I can see if I can find it. It's about having your own space in your home or something like that. And it was amazing how they said sometimes you just need that. You just need it, So I thought it was great.
I think that is one. I'm adding that to my list of goals.
Yeah,
I'm not lying.
I'm not playing.
They even had the layout of their house. When Sherelle designed it, she thought it was the craziest thing too. But they had their own thing, and it's just when I toured their house, I was like, "This is the bomb." This is really the bomb.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if I'm gonna do the garage setup. I want to know when my husband is home, but the bedroom dynamic, because when you achieve, certain levels of success, you want your home to also be that size. But I'm thinking, I'm not having, I have my daughter, my son that's done. They're about to, they're going to grow up and go off in a big home with all those rooms. Well, what would you do? But there are times where you just want me time, or but I love, that makes the definition of the phrase, there's a meeting in my bedroom, real. How hot is that? How hot is that? Listen,
you can really plan date night.
Listen, this car was worth every second for that little setup on how that house is, because I'm taking that, I'm stealing it.
Wow, that is so
love
cool.
that.
So listen, I heard Lois say something earlier, and I've heard her say this before, and I wanted to share this with you guys in case you missed it. But Lois was talking about her tribe. The first time I heard her say that, that thing resonated in my spirit. And she was saying that, she said, not everybody needs to be a part of your tribe, Charmaine. And I was like, wow, tribe. That is so cool. Lois, tell us what you mean by tribe.
Well, it's funny because I'm actually planning currently and trying to get it all together real quick. an event for my tribe. So when we talk about self-love or, love of our sisterhood and stuff like that, I think that despite COVID, we have to make time to connect, to love on each other and things of that nature. But as it relates specifically to tribe, these are my go-to confidants. Okay. So we encourage each other. We pour into each other. Like, I forgot who said it. I think it was either Wendy or Wanda, but you said we exude so much light that people are naturally attracted to us. But everyone can't be a part of that tribe. That tribe is the individuals that you pour into them and they pour into you. You understand? So it's a matter of that love, and it's real and it's authentic and it's genuine. My tribe of women treat my daughter like their daughter. We love on each other, encourage each other, check in on each other. And that's not something you're going to do with just a regular associate, if that makes sense. And with the positive impact and energy that we have, people start thinking it's more than what it really is at times. But you got to have people that you not only pour into, but it's reciprocated. And you want to know that you have my back. And my tribe consists of men and women, right?
Yeah.
My brother called me, and he's, a mover and shaker in business. And he said, Lo, I just need your help. I don't know. I don't know the first thing about hiring. And I need to bring somebody on board ASAP. And so when someone from your tribe calls you and say, I need you, I need help, it's real. And it's stop, drop, and go, because they would do the exact same for you.
I have the same thing. I have the same thing. And it means everything.
It is the family that I chose. You get that family you born with.
Yes.
And then you get that family that you handpicked. That one's they're both amazing. But the one you handpicked, that one's bomb.
And
that's my tribe.
For my group, we call ourselves, we have a cruise crew. We all met on a cruise 20 years ago. And we've been through marriages, divorces, births, deaths. We've been through it all. We not only are there for each other, but we also check each other too. Girl, why are you doing that? Get yourself together. Do we need to come down there, or do we need to fly here and check on this one and check on that one? Why is she acting crazy? Or, one of my friends just graduated from college and no one could come. We just showed up. We were like, look, we're not going to let her go through this by herself. And we look after each other's kids, and that's what we do when you have that group. And I think I said this to Deidre and to Charmaine, when I had people to the house. I was like, I don't let everybody come to my house. Not because I got a nice house. No, not because I don't know you like that. And if I feel comfortable enough to let you in there, yeah, but you may be back and you may not, So, but you have to protect your space. I have a really good friend that my nephew introduced me to. Now, my cruise crew, there's 10 of us. And then the West Coast Posse, there's 5 of us. Now, to get into either of those groups, it's going to take a lot of vetting. And you don't get in there after 1 year or one dinner. It takes a lot to put you in there, because we share things that we wouldn't share with anybody else amongst ourselves. And my crew is the Chadwick Boseman type crew. I could be on my deathbed. If I don't want nobody to know, ain't nobody gonna know, and that's what I appreciated about what happened with him. This man filming movies around the world and no one told it. Even when he's walking around, everybody's like, he must be going out for a movie. He's so skinny. Everybody that he wanted to know knew, and nobody told him.
Because he told his tribe only.
His tribe only.
Now, you can tell a family member and it could get out.
What?
Oh, yeah.
But if you exclusively tell a tribe member, it ain't ever going to get out.
We had one member that we think considering kicking out because she crossed the line. And we were like, wait. This ain't what we do. And you may have to be getting on. It's up for discussion right now that we let her go, because there are things that we don't allow in the tribe. You break a cardinal rule, You got to go.
Wow.
And it's up for debate right now. She may be out the group because we need to know that it's a safe place, because there's so many places that are not.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
so many places that are
Girl,
not.
send me. So we got unspoken rules that we just know. You got to list the rules. I might need to adopt that too. In addition to her bedroom and the mutual master, and what else?
The thing is that there are unspoken, but there are written, because we don't want no misunderstandings.
I got to get some written rules going there.
And because
give us one or two of those.
Yes, give
one
us
of the
one or
things
two.
is correspondence. If I call you twice and you don't return the call, that is up for debate. What are you in your feelings? You're gonna get a call from everybody. You know, and there will be no lying. If we ask you, are you sick? You will be telling us if you're sick. I don't care if you don't tell your husband, your boyfriend, your mama, whoever. If you are sick, you must let us know. You know, we had one friend who would never let us come to her house because something was going on in her house. And we were like, that won't be, honey. How can we pull right on up? And like, well, what is happening up in here? And the rule that she broke was not telling us when she was broken.
Yeah.
And y'all, that may sound simple. That may sound simple to you, but a lot of times we internalize things. That aren't good. And then there's another rule, is that you will not talk negative about your sister. And this is the infraction that this chick is up against. We had a lovely virtual dinner. So Wendy is Party Central. I always been Party Central. So anytime we do anything, I plan it, because I don't want cheap hotels, cheap sheets, cheap food, none of that. Right. So I plan all the get-togethers, because we're not doing cheap nothing. Now, we got a couple people that don't have the same coins as others. So we all chip in on them, and we don't make them feel less than because you can't. Right. Because if we're going, you going. You know, so this girl made a comment about somebody's money. Can't do that. And because you, in your feelings, you don't put that on us. And if you broke, you need help, you need to let us know. One of the things we have written is, if your child is within at least an hour's drive of us, we will check on them. We will check on them. We got all the kids' phone numbers. We got the ability to go to their school on your behalf. We got all those things, and they're written rules. They know me. They know I'm hard to track down. If you can't track down Wendy, call Bridget. Bridget will always know where Wendy is, and we're accountable for each other. We know who's accountable for the other person. If I'm trying to call Robin and I don't hear from Robin, I know that I should call Dina, because Dina should always know where Robin is. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Because it is 10 of us, and it's hard to keep up with 10 people. So we do that. And we have a group chat on our phones, and we check in with each other daily, even if it's just a good morning. You know, and we will never miss each other's birthday, ever. I don't care if you have to leave a message. You will not miss your sister's birthday. Right. So there are things that we had to make sure that we understood, and we don't go a year without seeing each other's faces. It's gotten harder as the kids have grown, and we got people who had kids late, people who have grown kids, and people now who are grandmothers who are raising grandkids. We make sure that we're there for them. You know, and we don't talk about each other. The thing is, if you guys say something about Wendy, Wendy needs to be present and accounted for. And if it's enough for you to talk about it, she needs to be there to listen to it.
Exactly.
So that's just a y'all, I'm 3 minutes over a meeting I'm supposed to be in. But go ahead, Lois, before I have to hang up.
Yes, Wendy. I think that last rule, that's actually our number one rule. It's like, listen, we're gonna address any conflict, any confusion head on. We're not finna gossip around. Girl, what's going on? Why you feel this way? what, you know, this is how it was conveyed, this is how you received it. Well, my intentions were this way. And obviously, you know, it's coming from a loving space, but just that keeps down confusion. But your tribe, you can give it to them straight lace, no chase. These conversations can be had without gossip going around. So your last rule was actually one of the biggest, most important rules of the tribe. Like, look, we're not going to go 2 of the 10 or 2 of the whatever and talk about each other. With that, if one person is going to another person, that person they're going to better bring it directly to the source. You know,
you know, we had a funny thing that just happened. One of our friends is a grandmother, and she dressed very inappropriate. She just does. She's got a banging body to be 61 years old. She lifts weights. She's in great shape, but she dressed very inappropriate. I mean, so bad that it's like we can't with you. And one of the girls said
that's gonna be me, Wendy.
One of the girls said something to me about it. I said, "Well, did you tell her?" Well, no. Well, what telling me got to do with it? You know? And she said, "Well, you know." I said, "Well, you know." She said, "You know it's inappropriate." I said, "But yeah, but it don't bother me as much as it bothered you, and it bothered you because your man was looking at her a little too hard when we was all together."
She put it on the table, and that's what's important.
And you know what she said? And you know what she said? And yeah, she was like, "She can't come to my house like dressed like that no more." I said, "Well, you just need to tell her."
Yeah.
And she told her, and she was so embarrassed, and she didn't think nothing about it.
Yeah.
And I have huge parties, right? So at one of my birthday parties, my photographer, his name's Bobby. You would have thought my friend that dressed inappropriate was the only person at the party because all the pictures was of her in her little bit of dress. I said, Bobby, was there anybody at the party besides Robert? You know, you only took a picture. He's like, "No, I did." As we go through, I'm like, "There she is.
There she is again. And there she is again. And is she the host?
Right. No, there's more pictures of her than me."
Well, shout out to Bobby Horton. I love Bobby. Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think, that's what a tribe is, and we can have those conversations, embrace the differences. My networks are so robust, and it's from just a long lineage of years and bonds and knowing somebody got my back, and I will never let go of that. And listen, it's real, Wendy, when you got to kick somebody out, that's real. Because at the end of the day, you can't have one bad apple. That one apple Eve bit messed up a whole.
But you know, the thing about it is that for me, it's always been, the old adage is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I would never do that, you know, because people, you never know what they're going through, and you have to give them the opportunity to, how do I say, redeem themselves.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I can go radio silent myself when I'm dealing with a lot, but I try not to do that because you need people to prop you up when you're doing that. That's where mental health, your mental health, because we will take a pill for everything, but we won't get our mental health taken care of. And sometimes your mental health is just to be open and bare to the people who you know won't throw it back up in your face, you know, who will meet you where you are and keep it a secret. You know, if they know you're falling apart, they will be there to pick up the pieces. And they calling me now because I'm supposed to be on this call. But meet you where you are and be happy to say I was there and tell no one, you know, and tell no one, you know, and it's. And I found too that keeping this group of girls with me is that because a lot of even my family, they assume if you don't have money problems, you don't have problems, you know, but money is this much of life.
Right.
Yes.
It's this much.
Right.
Everything else, you still cry, you still miss people. You know, my mom's been dead all of my adult life since I was 20. and I miss her every day. So money won't change that.
Yeah.
The ability to go somewhere won't change that.
Yeah.
You know, my heart breaks that I never had kids, and now I'm too old. But money won't change that.
I've
You
got
know?
some that if you drive by my house, I will push them out and you can pick them up. No problem.
Hey,
Look, it's
hey,
a contact.
I like it.
It's a
Really,
contact.
you don't even have to slow the car down, but a little bit. Okay.
Hey, I like them till they start talking back. And then about 11, 12, I'm done with you when they start talking back.
Listen, not the
Y'all, I
contact.
love you all, but I do have to run, and this is great. They're gonna keep calling until
Wendy, thank you
until
so much for
end.
blessing us with your presence,
It's been
girl.
awesome.
I'm waiting on my second invite. I'm waiting on my second invite to the house. I'm really about to start feeling some type of way.
She gonna start feeling, Wendy, like she not a part of your tribe.
No, seriously, I
Lord,
love it. I'm so
Lord.
happy you are on here. I miss you.
Hey, this house is what Wendy I call dirty. If you probably, you'd be like, okay, that's okay. No, so I am going to take this call and then I'm going to attempt to clean. So I just pray for me. And
the phone number for Mary Maids is 770.
Yeah.
Please.
But you know what scares me about? But you know what the thing is? What scares me? I've had the same housekeeper for 12 years, but because she's older and the corona, I understand. But when I saw that dust in the vent the other day, I was like, you know what? This has got to change. But I'm not good at it, and then I get distracted.
It's okay.
I don't even think I don't even think I own a vacuum. So how am I clean the carpet? I don't think I own no vacuum. Ain't no vacuum around here.
Yeah. Don't worry, Wendy. Don't worry. But you made time for us today. That was good.
Go take your call.
It was a delay, so I didn't have to clean.
Wow.
Like, I would, but I got something to be. I got somewhere to be.
Wow.
Hey, but Mike was in there scrubbing the floor. I feel so bad. He was in there on his hands and knees on the floor, so I gotta go in at least supervise.
Okay.
You missed the spot. That spot over there, you missed it. Bye.
Y'all, before we get off that last the point of the tribe, one thing that's super important, I feel is necessary to say is that most of the individuals in the tribe are the matriarchs. They are the stronghold. And so they're typically the women and the people that most people do not think to check up on. And so that's just really, really important to bring out. Like, my tribe is full of individuals that kind of, are similar to me. So we're the ones that's being called upon for when someone needs something to strengthen it, this and that. But we're very rarely the ones that are, being checked on ourselves. So the tribe does that organically. So I thought that was important to bring apart.
I lost my business partner early part of this year, and we had a thing where we called taking it from the movie Yaya Sisterhood, and we would get together and we all would go. We each had a crown and a wine glass with whether you drank or not, because she did not, but you put whatever your beverage of choice was and we all would congregate at her house. And it would be, we would cook together, laugh together, cry together, just do that catching up. And, this formed in my life after my girls were gone. So it was something that I very much needed. Yeah. And now she's gone, and someone said to us, well, what are we going to do about the Yayas? And I said, well, we just got to kind of reinvent it in another way with her being gone, and stuff. But it's that self-check. It's that taking care of each other. Mm-hmm. You know, for me, I'm an only child, so I have no siblings. Mm-hmm. So I've become the matriarch of my family, and which my parents were before me. It just seemed like it got handed down, and I of course, being an only child, wanted a larger family because I knew what it was like to be by yourself, you know, and stuff. And so we had 4 children, and then I adopted 4 children. So, you know, right now I can say that not having that emptiness or stuff, because it seems my house, and Charmaine can tell you, I never have the emptiness syndrome because my house is never empty. Somebody always comes back, you know. It's like just as soon as I get out, somebody pulls me back. No. So, but you know, it's part of who I am. You know, I like being that, or I enjoy being that caregiver and being able to be there for the grands now, as well for my own children and the children we took in, because when we took them in, they were all teenagers. Mm-hmm. So they had a formed personality and all of that. And I have to say that they've all told me that I did bless their life, and I'm still mom to all of them, even though they have relationships with their mother. But when the chips are down, it's my phone they still ring, or it's my doorbell, you know, or actually I have a push button door lock, and we changed it when one of the last kids kind of moved out, and they came in, you know, they do. They did it again. They go, "You changed the lock?" And so my husband goes, "Well, yeah, you know." And they go, "But why?" Well, he said, "You know, I might be chasing your mom around the house, and, you know, and stuff." And they go, "Oh, TMI." He goes, "Well, you know, y'all got here somehow." So, but you know. But yeah, you know, they always know their key will always work, and you know, and that kind of stuff. So, you know, you have your tribe, and you have, you know, your family, and you have just those individuals that you do make sure that they're taken care of, and they make sure that you're taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? I think that's important, Lois, because so many times, just because you're the matriarch, you know, people think that you're not in need.
Yeah.
You don't need anything.
Yeah.
And so it's very important that we do check on each other, because, you know, when you give so much, you just give out so much. Sometimes you need for others to give to you. And so yeah, that's very important. But I love the whole idea of having a tribe.
Yeah.
And I mean, the moment that she said it, you know, and then when she said that not everybody should be in your tribe, it really hit home for me, because so many times we just love everybody, that we want to pull them in, and not everybody should be that close, should not be that close. And so I love my tribe.
Yes.
I mean, and you know, like with some of us, there's a day or two that'll go by, and for whatever reason, you didn't get to hear. And I didn't hear from you today. You okay? You know, I got to hear your voice. I got to, you know, and there's those individuals that you look for that time of the day, or that spot where, you know, you can either break down, giggle, laugh, whatever, you know, with that individual. And that's important. That's really important, especially now.
Yeah. So let's encourage some women before we get off of this call. We're Black. This is Black Women United. We're celebrating. This is our first anniversary for the event that we did last year. But let's encourage some women who may not be as blessed as we are. We know who we are. We've discovered who we are. And many of us have said on the call, we don't need a man to define us. We are enough as Wanda D. Hollis would say, I am enough. We've got amazing businesses. Some of us have reached the financial goal. Some of us have the family, the husband, the house, the cars, all of that stuff. But there's some sisters out here that have not. How do we encourage them? What can you say? Lois, I'm gonna start with you. What do you say to some of these our sisters?
I would start with since we're coming off the topic of tribe, is number one, get you a tribe. All right. And don't feel bad if certain people are not on that list that may be blood relatives. This tribe is important to your livelihood. They're going to encourage you when you're feeling like you're not enough. They're going to ensure that you know that you are. Most of the time, we don't call people to check on us, when we're in need. So these are your tribe of the people that's going to call and check on you and make sure you're straight, make sure you're good. So get yourself a tribe of individuals. And it doesn't just have to be females, but a tribe of individuals that are going to keep you honest with yourself, and also keep you encouraged and focused on whatever dreams or goals that you're wanting to achieve, keep you on track for making some type of effort and action towards those. So, I mean, I think that would be a good start, is getting you a good tribe around you. And then two, love on yourself more. I think COVID has, told everybody stay in the house. Well, when you in the house, be intentional with your time and make good use to love on yourself. So whether it's polishing your toenails and your nails because you can't get to the nail shop, or whether it's soaking in a bubble bath or putting some beads or, things of that nature. What is it called? The bubble. I use all organic products. My brother sent me this lovely basket of soap bombs. That's what it is. And I was like, I don't let anything touch my body. But if you into that stuff, it smells amazing. Take a nice steamy bath with some soap bombs. Get whatever it is that makes your heart smile. Make sure you do more of that for yourself and get yourself a tribe. That's what I would say. Just start there. Start there. I don't want to overwhelm you.
Awesome. Deidre.
I actually want to go last because I did a prayer for our first event last year.
Yeah.
So I have that, and I would love to end with that.
All
So
right.
Cheryl,
Let's go with Cheryl.
I think what Lois said is pretty much a lot the same. I think really taking the time to learn who you are, because even trying to get the tribe together, if you don't start to look at yourself and see which people are important to you and the things you need to do for yourself to feel, everybody deserves a pat on the back, granted. But if you don't learn how to pat yourself on the back first and accept that you can pat yourself on the back, I think you're doing a disservice to yourself. I think, you've got the time at home, change your hairstyle, change your makeup, something, play with it, be like when we were kids, play dress up and see how maybe through COVID, the new you can emerge, see, do that retail therapy, Charmaine, that we know we do, whatever it takes just for you to go, you know what? I like you there, and let me continue to like who I see. And so then you can expand on who that person in the mirror is, and I think that's a good place to start, because the more you love you, the inner you with all your flaws, You're not going to change them overnight. And some of us at this point, it's too old to say that we're going to come out with new ones. So love who you are, who you've become to be. And then, you know, you can learn other things, but still love who you are with all the scars, with all the grays, with all the whatever. Love that person first. And then let your circle with your tribe grow, and then let them love on you.
Awesome.
Good
Deidre
stuff.
Gary.
Okay. I did literally like took a few days and just kind of talked with God about, you know, the condition of Black women and where we were and what I wanted for all of us in the sisterhood, and was able to just write this prayer. So the prayer is, Dear Heavenly Father, we want to start just by saying thank you this morning. As we gather here on today, we ask that you penetrate this room with your presence. We ask that you give every woman that is represented here on today an experience that they have never received before. We ask that you go before each speaker on today and anoint them to bring change and equip us to leave here empowered with our sisterhood. Father, you said in your word that if just two
or more come together.
I think we lost her. Deidre, are you there?
She froze. There she is.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you guys hear me? Because I'm reading from the thing. I wonder, if I go out of here, hold on one second. Let me see.
You stopped and said it's just two.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we stopped hearing you.
Okay, hold on one second.
Wow.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Father, you said in your word that if just two of you agree here on earth, that it will be done in heaven. So today we come against the spirit of division between our Black sisters and replace it with unity and support. We come against the spirit of hate and replace it with love. We come against the spirit of jealousy and replace it with admiration. We come against the spirit of unforgiveness and replace it with the power of forgiveness. We come against the spirit of competition, and we ask that you align us on one accord and that we learn to exalt and celebrate our sisters. We come against old habits, and we decree on this day that we are intentional and present for one another. Change the dynamic of the way we speak of each other and replace it with kindness and patience.
She's gone out. You went out again, Deidre. That is powerful. That is powerful. She read that prayer last year when we were down at the state capitol, and you know, just based on what we've heard so far, there you are. Were you finished?
No, it cuts me off, I guess, because when I go to the screen, then it goes back and forth.
Right. But I mean, that was and is still an amazing prayer, and it's what we need. You know, for us all to be connected, we need to stop being in competition with each other. You know, we're all gifted. God has gifted all of us, and if we would celebrate and accept the gift, the talents, the, you know, everything that we each have and appreciate it, it would make us that much more stronger as a community. And I mean, as I said last year, we could take over cities, we could take over the United States, we could take over the world if we're just more unified. And so that prayer was just amazing. guys, we've got to do this more often. We have to. And maybe through us doing this, we can be that example to so many other Black women. And maybe they'll begin to form tribes, and maybe they'll begin to love not just themselves, but love each other. If we continue to be the example that we're being right now. And so I love you guys. I appreciate all of you. You guys, I don't have any biological sisters, but you guys are my sisters, and I love you so much. So thank you guys for coming on the show. We are hitting that hour. And so we're Real Women Atlanta live. Thanks to Miss Wanda D. Hollis. Thank you to Miss Wendy McGee. Thank you to Miss Wall Street who tried to get in, but was having technical issues. We've got to do this on a regular basis and it could be outside of this show. I think Deidre and I had talked about possibly doing some type of girlfriend check-in. And maybe that's something that we can all collaborate on and make that happen, where you all invite your tribes outside of this tribe to be a part of it. And let's see, what happens from there. Deidre?
Well, I just wanted to honor each and every one of you queens that came on with us today. And thank you, because you all were on our show. We were initially supposed to be in a radio station, but now we have a remote broadcast now, and you all have been willing and just here with us. And it shows the true sense of what sisterhood is all about. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I love all of you deep. I mean, deep. So thank you so much.
Yeah. And to, our supporters, guys, we just ask that you continue to, follow us, continue to support us. The shows are going to get better and better. And if you yourself have a story that you want to tell and you want to, be on our show, give us a call at the radio station. And or you can send us an email at realwomenatlanta@yahoo.com. But continue to be with us, and we just love you guys for your continued support. As always, to our radio, our station manager, Raheem, our brother, we love you. Thank you so much. Today, he got word that there was a death in his family, and this is, I think, the third death that he's experienced in his family within the last couple of weeks. And so our condolences go out to your family. And if there's anything that we can do, please pick up the phone and call us. We love you so much. And so till next time, we'll be here next Saturday, same time, same place. Join us. We love you guys.
All right. Thanks for having us.